What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the final 9 holes out here at the 2025 Majestic. We are at Blue Ribbon Pines for stop number 5 out here on the Go Throw Tour. My name is Braden Sides.
My name is Randy Duick.
And we have a pretty eventful last 9 holes, I think. We've got some players playing really well, trying to press for that win from the chase card spot. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the leaderboard.
Looks like Joe is at 34 down overall through 7 holes. Jaden 2 back after 9 holes. Austin is right there too, but we're not going to be able to watch him. Luke at 30 down. I mean, there's a lot that can happen yet.
Yep. Starting off with hole number 10, one that you got to get if you're trying to win this tournament from this position. Par 3, 256 feet. About as stock as it comes when it comes to the sidearm, but about as unique as it comes when it comes to the green.
You do want to put it close though. I mean, this is a tall basket that you got to putt at, and you don't want to be 30 to 40 feet. You can 3-putt really easily, so anything underneath it is ideal.
Maddie just throwing it inside. Easy mistake to do. Jaden.
It's bread and butter.
Bread and butter. You know, I don't know if he was just talking about his sidearm in general or the little flex shot sidearm, but I'm starting to be convinced it's just his sidearm in general because I don't think he's missed with that sidearm all day.
This is interesting to see. I would have thought Luke was going forehand as well.
I agree. Although, I don't know that we've seen... Has Luke thrown his sidearm today?
I don't think so.
I think he did into the approach on hole 7 or whatever it was, but a pretty decent shot from Luke. And Cale just filleting it up the fairway like Cale does. No surprise there.
Gotta try to focus on these. It's so easy to lose focus and not take it serious, but it's like kind of a tester putt, but should do.
Oh, and he knew it. One of those putts where you go ahead and grab your mini and your disc because you know it's already in the basket before it's there.
Making sure that it's not swinging for either player to putt at.
And that might be a putt that Jaden, kicks himself for later. I feel like these guys are really gonna have to convert from mid-range and in if they want to have an opportunity to take down this tournament, because I don't think the guys on the lead card are letting up all that much. Maddie doing a good job of cleaning up the par here and minimizing the damage. Wow. I was not anticipating that. Seems like Jaden has been putting really well all day, and out of nowhere a 3-putt.
Yeah, interesting to see if he'll be able to bounce back from that. I think he knows he was on pace to do something really good. Here we got hole 11. Par 4, 640 feet. You want to try and hit this gap, avoid the pond, just get over. Doesn't need to be really far. Gotta watch out for the B on the left, so mid-range is probably ideal. Fairway works as well, or you can get aggressive and play all the way to here. I saw someone on my card do that, put it all the way to these trees and jump putt it. Wow. Yeah, it feels really good to get a 3 on here. A bogey can come up super fast if you're not careful.
Yeah, and this is one of those holes. There's a couple holes that play this exact direction, and this is just always where the headwind comes from. Luke throwing a great shot, getting a very good ways up the fairway. Cale leaking it a little left, but I think that kick did not redirect him into the pond. Should
be good enough there.
Yeah,
Matt.
just good enough. Kind of sneaking by, not really how he wanted to get the
Jaden.
shot off.
Unfortunate there. Pulls it slightly. If you pull it a little bit more, you're fine. But it can be unfortunate.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common mistake when you're throwing the fast disc off the tee. Just get a little quick and pull it to the right. Whoa, he like narrowly avoided those, those corner trees. It seemed like. And I think he threw it so far up there that he might have a long stab at the basket, but we'll have to see what he decides. It is pretty windy. That basket's very exposed.
Cale just trying to get his four and get out of here.
Not easy.
Oh, what a redirection. That definitely helped a ton. Oh my goodness.
Nice little trick shot. He's on the good side of the basket too. He's going to be putting with the wind. So likely for Cale.
Matty, the headwind trying to get a hold of that disc, but he should have a putt.
And Luke does not have very far into the green, but a kind of odd position because he's so far to the right. But makes pretty light work. Gonna have a short putt to get the birdie. Wow.
Yeah, is that an automatic win if it goes to the slot? Like a can jam?
Can jam. You ever played can jam?
I have played it once.
Love that frisbee game.
Stay in there, ball.
Matty O getting a great birdie. And Luke gonna be tapping in a great birdie.
Yeah, Luke.
And two pretty good pars from two guys who hit pretty early in the fairway.
We play the island, or we get straight to playing the island at the Yeah, we are playing the island.
Pretty incredible that Jaden even had an opportunity for the birdie, considering where he was off the tee.
Yeah, super impressive scramble shot.
Focus. All right, let's get this thing rolling. It's time to show everybody our new Ace Run Pro whale sacks. I bet we get this done on the first try. What was that? You're supposed to hit me when I say dry. I said try, not dry. Wait, stop it! It's in my ear. We have to let people know that whale sacks keep you free of moisture. Toss me a whale sack. Huh, they really do keep you dry. No, wait. Go get a whale sack, please.
Hole number 12, par 3, 240 feet, typically known as the Poly Poly hole. Am I reading that right? Rank number 1, hardest hole on the course. Could be today. It could be in today's win. Probably not.
Kind of surprises
Probably not
me.
number 1, but it's very hard to stick this tiny island green. And if you miss the island green, you're going to be going to a decently makeable putt. But today's conditions are going to make this hole hard.
Wow.
Wasn't a bad shot. Just not good enough and go straight to the drop zone. It's tough.
Go.
Oh my.
What the?
Two guys headed straight to the drop zone. Today is going to be a day where I think you make a decision whether or not you even run that putt from the drop zone. This pin is a little bit elevated, and the breeze is for real.
Luckily, it's a little bit of a left to right from the drop zone, but it's still super scary.
Yeah.
Squeaks
Wow. Now that's going to be a tricky putt. He made the island, but he's going to be putting right into the fan.
Gosh,
That was
do that off the tee. SOS glides out the back.
What a putt. Wow.
He made that putt look easy.
Says birdie, but he's happy to save the par. Feels like a birdie after you go to the drop zone to make that putt.
Certainly. And he jams it. Right in the heart. Great great putt by Jaden. And a great birdie by Cale as well. Luke, unfortunately, going to be taking the bogey. Simple hole, but it's tricky.
For sure. That brings us to hole 13. 760 feet, par 4. You can either decide to lay up short of this little creek, this little OB area, or you can try to blast all the way over. Today we have a left to right wind. If you get on the right angle, you can get some good distance. And then your approach is can be a little bit sketchy. You can get greedy and try to park it, or just play it left to give yourself a putt. It's a very fair hole, one of my favorite on the course.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job designing this hole, I think, because there's not really anything in the way, but the placement of the tee, in relation to the OB creek is pretty good. It's kind of like at that peak power range for a lot of players, and then the use of the tiny pond up there.
I heard they put that pond in themselves. It used to not be there.
I remember last year, I don't think it was water. Like, I remember it being something else. It was still OB, but I don't remember it being like an actual body of water. So that's pretty cool for them to be adding stuff in there like that. Matt, I think he's just laying up here to the left. Yeah. Let's see, Luke.
This could be a bomb. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like a go for it shot. I don't know where the disc is. There it is. It gets over it with ease. That's a great shot.
Sidearm is a great play here. Shapes up better.
Yeah, he's just going to have to make a good guess on how much the wind is going to affect his disc coming in.
Wow.
I think he made a great guess.
That's got to be one of his better shots of the day.
Parked for the birdie. This is another hole you love to be close on because this basket is so exposed.
I believe Matteo threw it in round 2 for the eagle. Fortunately, this time he goes OB long.
Wow. Good call out there by, I think it was Luke. Whoever it was, regardless. Good job encouraging that disc to get enough steam to go over the water. Luke throwing maybe a putter into the screen?
Looks like it.
Wow.
That was close to a really unfortunate break, but
yeah, great shot. Matteo to save the par. Just off left, and it's gonna be an unfortunate bogey.
I didn't skip. No.
And Cale with a great birdie. Luke also with a great birdie.
3 for 4, not bad at all. How did you play this hole?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I played it 2 over.
Okay,
Maybe 3.
not bad. It's probably could be worse, perhaps.
Sure, we'll go with that. Hole number 14, par 3, 440 feet. Nothing in your way. All you got to do is throw big hyzer out there to the right. And again, try and make a good guess on how much this wind is going to affect your disc going into the basket. And that's pretty much it. I think the key to this is getting the disc to be flat at some point in the flight. If you keep it on hyzer the whole time, it's unlikely to get all the way there, unless you've got really elite power. But I think these guys are going to have to use a little bit of the glide to get it there. Now the wind is helping us today.
It's a strong right to left, kind of like a pushing tailwind as well.
So yeah, Cale throws it great. Stays on hyzer the whole time and only comes up a little bit short.
Jaden going high as well. It might be a little bit left.
Great shot, Jake.
Nice shot.
Pretty much the same as Cale. Luke going a little bit more direct. A little bit short. But yeah, I think that's all these guys are just missing on this hole is getting that disc just a little bit flat, like Matt here. I think this is probably gonna be the best of the bunch.
It has potential. Hits the last tree.
A little bit of an unfortunate break for such a good shot to hit the tiny tree, 430 feet up the fairway, but makeable putt nonetheless.
Capitalizes. Not Luke's best effort. Cale in for the birdie.
Great putt from Jaden. That's what he's going to need to keep doing this if he wants to make a run at this tournament.
Hole 15, par 3, 388 feet. Time to throw another hyzer after we just had one. This time you're gonna throw hyzer, but there's a strong left to right wind, so you're gonna have to throw it more left than you probably think. Not much to it, not much danger. Really want that birdie coming down the stretch.
Yeah, in today's conditions, if you can get the disc on the left side of the basket, you did a pretty good job. This wind, I mean, I threw my most overstable disc. I tried to throw it as inside as possible, and I was still like 30 feet right of the basket. Like Cale's, this just, I don't think has a single shot of getting close.
Yeah, he probably pulled it quite a bit more right than he wanted to, but
yeah. These guys are really going to have to saw this off, you know, more than normal. The wind here is going to make it really challenging to get close.
I like the way this looks.
Yeah, this is a pretty good looking shot, but I mean, still, look, it just isn't really going left as much.
Oh, last second. It does get the lift.
Yeah.
And he's parked.
Jaden read that one to perfection. And watch the wind here. Just not letting it get left. It's going to be a tricky putt right into the wind. Circle 2. The wind is making this relatively routine hole play very challenging.
I like how this looks.
Yeah. Great shot from Luke and Jaden here, and those are the two guys who are closest to our leader. They're doing exactly what they need to do if they're wanting to make a run at this tournament. That was a great putt.
Amazing.
Maddie made that putt look a little easier than it actually was.
Kind of into the headwind as well.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Looks like maybe the breeze was down a little bit there and kind of just took advantage of that little lack of wind. But yeah, it looks like it's back now.
Nice
Great putt by Luke. You ever do that when you have you know, we're playing in the wind. Let's say we're playing in Emporia, and you have that little second of no wind. You ever feel like you just need to just go putt it just so you can
Screw the routine. That's what I do. I step up, no routine. I've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Kevin Jones told me, he said, key to playing in the wind is playing when there's not wind.
I almost went out of, or like someone threw a shot this weekend, and the wind was down right after he threw. I almost like threw it before he had a chance to like get off the box
Because the wind
was down and I needed it.
Oh, that's crazy. Hole 16. This one is going to be relatively guarded from the wind. Par 3, 260 feet. Very simple hole, but it's got some challenge. You have some trees in the middle of the fairway you need to maneuver, and some trees late that you need to maneuver around. Most players are going to be throwing putter, maybe a mid-range. And Jaden's going back to this bread and butter shot.
I think Jaden at this point was one back of the lead, so he needs to get these birdies. It's the last tree.
That kicks him to a tricky spot. I don't think that's going to be the easiest of up and downs for par. Matty not throwing a bad shot. Didn't quite get the turn he was looking for, but he's going to have an opportunity to make the birdie. Very good shot from Luke. Cale just leaking a little bit out left there.
Jaden, oh my.
Wow. He's going to have to find a way to get that one in. It's not going to be an easy putt. You know, the weight of the tournament on your shoulders and the wind.
This is almost a must make.
Yeah, certainly.
Wow.
Great putt. Great putt.
Very pure.
Those are the putts that make champions. He loves it. He knows that was a big putt to make if he wanted to stay in it. Cale squeaking it in over the rim, using the wind to his advantage. Luke reading the wind. I mean, those were three very good putts. You know, Luke and Cale's weren't the longest, but man, into that wind, that was a good display of some knowledge.
And that'll take us to hole 17. Probably the shortest par 4 on the course. Your first shot does not need to be far. You just chip up to the corner here. Try to miss these two trees here. Get yourself in a spot to see the green. You can try to park it. It's extremely hard to get up to that final tier and put it close. But just give yourself a putt and try to make it.
This is going to be a must birdie for Jaden and Luke.
I like that.
It's a good shot. Typical result to be kind of stymied by one of these little fairway trees. Great shot from Cale. That's the right side of this fairway, I think, is the favorable part of the fairway.
Wow, Jaden going forehand flex. Works out though.
Solid shot. It's going to leave him a short distance into the green, but maybe a little bit of a tricky look. And
Polly.
all four of our guys making this simple tee shot look pretty simple.
Not exactly what you want.
Wow. Yeah, Jaden. You know, I'm sure that he knows at this point that if he wants a chance at the win, he's gonna have to execute that shot. And I wonder if maybe just a little bit of nerves came into play there. Luke also not super ecstatic with the result of that shot, but still very makeable.
I like this from Matt. That is very well done. Not bad. Probably like a 20, 22 footer.
Yeah, good shot from Cale. This is another one where you feel like you've got to make this putt if you want to stay in it.
Yeah, it's committed. Just a little high, unfortunately.
It's fine.
This one also must make if Luke wants the opportunity to win this tournament.
Stay in the basket, please.
Off by a few inches. That's gotta hurt.
Great putt there by Cale. You know, I'm not sure if that's... I don't think Cale's quite close enough to make a run at the tournament, but always feels good to finish off the tournament strong.
Ben's a pro who spent $25 on his premium driver and threw it 413 feet, which means he spent about 6 cents per foot for his shot. Matt's a total noob, but he only spent $5 for his premium driver on discountdiscgolf.com. He throws his 213 feet, which means Matt only spent 3 cents per foot for his shot, making him the clear winner in this distance battle. Cheap discs are better. It's science.
Here we are at the last hole of the Blue Ribbon Pines course. Hole 18, par 3, 310 feet. Somewhat of an island green, kind of a peninsula green. Players have the option to lay up short here or attack this green. I don't think any of our players have the option to lay up. They need to attack this green. You know, Luke and Jaden specifically, if they want a chance at winning this tournament. So the conditions are not favorable. Pretty strong right to left wind. They're going to have to play this wind perfectly. And it's going to be hard to get the disc to slow down.
Backhand is extremely tough right now with the strong right to left. Such a common result there. Looks like Matty's aiming super far to the right.
I don't think this is sticking to green. I mean, this shot requires you to throw essentially perfectly dead flat through the wind. And this is an important shot for Luke. Birdie here potentially gives him the opportunity. And I think that's likely going to be a birdie, but after 17, Mr. Joe Revere is at 36 under. Jaden's going to need to birdie this if he wants to be tied with him.
That looks pretty good. Can it sit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Great shot from Jaden. It's going to give him a chance to tie it up with Joe, and of course we're not certain exactly what Joe will do if he runs the screen or if he lays up and just stays at 36 under. But Jaden is going to need to make this putt for an opportunity to win the tournament. It's a big putt. He's been putting confident all day. Just seemed a bit undercommitted. He kind of knew it as soon as he putted it that he was short. Great birdie there from Luke. I mean, that puts him tied with Jaden and Austin Turner, all at 35 under. Of course, Austin and Joe have one to play, and Joe's at 36. So
still an important putt. I mean, you want a par because you don't know if Joe is going to bogey or
right.
Austin.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee.
Yeah, nothing is guaranteed here on the 18th. This is a very tough finishing hole, especially for those who are attacking the green. Two bogeys for Cale and Maddie. Not exactly how they wanted to finish the tournament, but not life-ending either. They weren't really in the hunt for the win out there at the end. So, but two pretty stellar rounds there from Jaden and Luke.
Yeah, they kind of gave themselves a shot.
Now it all just depends on what Mr. Joe and Austin do on the last hole. And as you see here, Austin goes on to birdie the 18th. Joe lays up, and now they are in a sudden death playoff. We won't spoil it. Go check out Go Throw's coverage if you want to see the ending. But that was a super fun event, and thank you guys for joining us. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at BradenSidesDG, at Randy_Duick95. Check the link in the description to pick up one of my Tour Series K1 Hard Recos. That'll go a huge way in supporting me, and Randy's got some discs coming out too, so be sure to hit him up if you're interested. And yeah, Randy, this was fun.
It was a blast, dude. I had a good time with you, man.
And we'll hopefully do this some more and see you guys in the next one.
See ya. Peace.
Boom.
Oh, I should have said boom, but it was done.